Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay. Last game, guys. Ravens, Bills, probably not probably the best game of the weekend. That's what that is. The best game of the to me, these are like two teams that kind of like mirror each other. Like they're so similar. So I think like the analysis is going to be very similar for both sides. So this is what you should do and then this, but we're still going to talk about it. So let's give you the Bills are at home, so we'll talk about the Ravens first. Clint, what did the Ravens need to do to win this game?
Just keep the run game going. I think that's their strongest advantage against Buffalo. Buffalo is a smaller team. Their linebackers are smaller. And Derrick Henry is quite large.
Yeah.
And if he can get ahead of steam, I worry about this game. I mean, Baltimore beat him 35-10 earlier in the year. And I feel like this is a really good matchup for them to run the ball and to get Lamar on the edge. He's quick. Again, Matt Milano is a good linebacker. There are other guys, not so much, but none of those guys are Edgerrin Cooper or Fred Warner, like a fast linebacker gonna go
Sure.
chase down Lamar Jackson. Um, so the Ravens just sounds rudimentary, but just feed Derrick Henry because I don't think Buffalo can stop him.
Okay, I like it. Chris?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like Derrick Henry, 30 carries. Do we know about Zay Flowers at all, or is it too early for that yet?
I think he's let's see here. I got the game cast right here.
Why
He is
be the safe? Some
questionable. He's
yeah.
questionable, yeah.
Um, I just don't know without him if they have enough explosiveness to try to go bar for bar with Buffalo. So probably have to control the time of possession, and that's why like I said, Derrick Henry probably 30 carries.
Yeah. I agree. Don't divert from who you are or who you've been all season. You know that if Derrick Henry is going to have a good game, so will Lamar, because then you can play with the play action, the rollouts, all that stuff. You need to
Yeah,
do that. And
don't
then the
don't do what you did last year against Kansas City, where you went opposite of what you tried to
correct.
game than you always do.
Correct. Like you got to be a little bit nervous because Josh Allen's on the other side throwing the football. Like, okay, well, Lamar deserves to be MVP over Josh Allen, so he's gonna throw it 40 times. Don't do that. Just play your game, and then on the defense end, it's like you just got to contain Josh Allen, which is going to be what the Buffalo Bills are going to have to do with Lamar. But it's basically the same thing, which it's hard to contain those guys. That's really what it comes down to. Um, Bills game plan, Chris.
I mean, probably just hit the explosive plays. They eventually they were a little slow against Denver in that regard, but by the second half they were slinging it all over the place, and I think they feel comfortable now. They are a good running team, but they're hitting bombs to all their receivers. I think that's probably more their game. So it's just a similar thing as Baltimore. Just stay in your lane. Don't deviate from your normal game plan.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Clint.
Josh Allen, I think, for me, this is like similar to Washington. I think Josh Allen has to just ball out. It's hard to run on Baltimore. I think Baltimore
Mm-hmm.
will key on that.
Yeah.
And the Bills' offensive line, they're going to have to play like they did last week, which they played really good. Because the Bills don't have like amazing, like Amari Cooper's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Shakir is good. Keon Coleman, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Samuel, he showed up. I think Curtis Samuel is actually good, but you never know if he's going to play or pull a hamstring in practice. Um, so I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball, and that's what worries me about this game is Josh Allen is going to have to do it all, and sometimes when Josh Allen feels like he has to do it all, we get the amazing rolling to the right, throw it 50 yards, and it looks cool, but we also get that Dolphins game last year where he's throwing like two picks in the end zone.
Hmm.
So I think this has to be an incredible, I'm the MVP, Josh Allen running over Roquan Smith for a first down game.
Yeah, I agree. I would say also don't give up on the run because it is going to be hard to run. But if you're going to use play action, you have to have and try to hit big plays. You have to have the threat of like, hey, we may run it, you know. So don't give up on the run. But you're right. It's going to be the explosive plays. It's going to be Josh Allen doing his thing. I think now that's playoff time. He's willing to take more hits. Not that he ever was not willing to take hits, but like the get more yardage. Um, I think with on the other side, you got to contain Henry and then just, hopefully like Lamar's playoff woes, you can put him in a position where he has to beat you, which I think he has developed enough respect this year. Like you got to worry about that. But um yeah, I just think man, it's going to be a tough matchup, but to me, these are like a mirror of the same teams, and you could just like one or two different style, whether it's players or different styles of coaching, and it's just kind of the same exact team. Obviously, the Ravens have a better running back. Okay, anything to add? Ravens, Bills? No? Okay, let's predict this game. Um, Travis, who do you? Travis. I was looking at my notes here. Chris, who do you have?
I am going to pick Buffalo. I saw a stat today. I think Lamar Jackson has 2 touchdowns on the road in the playoffs. I love Lamar. I hate that we love that it's this matchup because it's the two most exciting teams in the AFC. I hate that one of them has to lose because I want both of them to make the Super Bowl because I like both quarterbacks. Unfortunately, Allen is more of a proven playoff QB, and he's at home. And so I have to pick Buffalo 38-35.
Oh, okay. Clint?
So again, I looked at the weather, just mid to high teens, just cold, maybe a snow shower. I think looks like it's going to snow on Monday in Buffalo. So assuming it's just cold, I fight the playoff Lamar. It's cold. Doesn't feel as awesome to get crunched when it's 13 or 14 degrees outside. My heart says Buffalo, but I think this is a terrible matchup for Buffalo because of Derrick Henry. And the last game, they just had no answer for it. I know that was like week 4 or 5 of the season. Um, but I think Baltimore wins this game by 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
I think
really?
they're going to be able to run it all over, and Josh Allen just doesn't have the weapons. I hope I'm wrong because I really do want Buffalo to win. Like I want them to win a Super Bowl, and I think they can beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs don't have that overpower running game. But I do not think that they can stop Derrick Henry, and I think that will control the game, and Lamar will get out, and I think it'll get ugly.
3 touchdowns.
They beat him 35-10 last time, and that was like they took their foot off the gas.
Well, see, so this is part of the reason I feel like the Bills have this mental advantage now because it's the first time I think since 1970 that in a playoff game they are favored they're +1 that like they're not -1 like the Ravens are favored to win this game and that never has happened. I think it's the first time since 1970 for the Bills, and I think that's gonna kind of hype them up. You know how athletes use these little things and they're at home. That's why it's like they're at home. Um, this is where I could see what you said, Clint, where it could be because if it gets out of hand quick, that place is going to tighten up like no one's business. So I do sort of agree with that. I just think I'm going to pick the Bills to win. I just think again, proven winner, Josh Allen in the playoffs. He has won big games. Not that Lamar hasn't won in the playoffs. I'm not trying to say that, but we've seen like Josh Allen go to toe to toe against some of the best quarterbacks. Lamar's record on the road, his playoff road woes. And I just think with them being underdogs in a game that they're at home, they're going to find that in them to be like, we're going to show the world we're the underdogs. And then they'll somehow next week fall to the Chiefs. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to say last team to have the ball, I'm going to guess wins. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say
Yeah.
37-34. Bills. I actually wrote it down before you did, Chris, and I had 38-35, but I can't pick the exact same thing as you. So I'm going to go 37-34, Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be so wrong with this, and I hope the Bills get the ball first and they go like spread and just throw Baltimore off. Like, who did Buffalo did that too, or like similar to what the 49ers did to the Ravens last year before they got blown out, where they just spread right down the field, but he threw a pick in the end zone and like throw Baltimore off their game. But barring that, I just don't have a good feeling. Like when I saw the matchup that is going to happen, I'm like, I literally think this is like the worst matchup for Buffalo.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Lamar get this win either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't hate it because even though the Ravens have had success, like, I hate that we put all the onus on the quarterbacks that when they have like playoff failures, it's like, it's all them. And it's like, well, the offensive coordinator could have called more run plays against the Chiefs. That would have been nice. But yeah, I do like Lamar as well. So it's not that I'm rooting against him. Either one of these teams I'm good with.
I mean, if you
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.